It's the day after the Unseen 17 tapped out, and I've gone through all 7 stages of grief multiple times since yesterday. Yesterday I was sad, today I'm just dead inside. Let's do some hot takes. This is from the Raj Grilgi. I'll put the comment up on the screen. I just rewatched the Cena Gunther match. Cena tapping, and then post-match with Cena posing with 2 belts that weren't his. Triple H getting booed out of the building, Cena watching a video and not giving a speech. It sucked. And then looking at his retirement tour from January to tonight, it really sucked. I don't care if that's what John wanted. It sucked. It sucked, and it's not exactly what John wanted. John wanted 220 days, but Creative only had 36 for him, and half of it, more than half, was it half? I don't know. About half of it was spent in a heel turn that John Cena also said was not planned. They just wanted to do something big. And they had nothing, they had no follow-up for it, so much so that before SummerSlam, John Cena just turned face for no reason whatsoever on a random Smackdown. So, let's see what your hot takes have to say about last night. Daniel Strent says, thank you, Cena. Yes, thank you, Cena. John, you are a GOAT. For real, you are definitely on the Mount Rushmore. I love you, man. I really do. I do love you. Alfonso Passion says, short term, yes, Gunther winning by tap out may suck, but long term, this is a good decision. Long term, it's a good decision. Why? Triple H has demonstrated many, many times throughout this past year that he does not long-term book, my friend. I'm thinking that Gunther will come out to a chorus of boos on Monday, but is this worth it? Where's the long term? What makes you think that long term this is a good idea? Because Triple H has proven time and time again throughout the year of 2025 that he does not long term book. In fact, I wouldn't even have this big of a problem if there was a storyline behind this. There was really no story. We knew John Cena was going to be done with wrestling on December 13th for a while now. We could have easily built up an angle of Gunther running down John Cena, but no, literally this is the story we got for John Cena's last match. It was Gunther won on a Friday. And then his last 2 minutes, or his last 30 seconds of airtime, he said, I'm going to tap you out, John. And then the following Monday, he had about, a 5-minute promo, maybe 8-minute promo about how he was going to bully John Cena. That was it. That was the entire storyline. And you're like, everybody has to lose on their way out. A, Sting didn't. B, Undertaker didn't. But fine, I'm a proponent of losing on your way out. But when Ric Flair lost to Shawn Michaels, there was a huge story. I love you. I'm sorry. Super kick. Goodbye. Huge story behind that. We were emotionally invested into this. When Undertaker beat Shawn Michaels, there was a huge story. Could Shawn beat the streak? He needed to. He was obsessed with it. And when Shawn realized he couldn't, he slapped Undertaker, and Undertaker then put him out of his misery. There was a huge, long story behind it. We didn't get that here. You can say all day long, well, the story was him tapping. That was they were just like, what do? We only got 1 week to build this thing. Let's just make it about that. I don't know. I've seen people say, oh, well, John Cena, he wanted this. Okay. I'm sure Tozawa wants the WWE Undisputed Championship. So why don't we just give Tozawa the Undisputed WWE Championship? But he wants it. So it's like, don't tell me just because the wrestler wants, oh, but John Cena's different. Oh, John Cena's different, right? What if he was so different we gave him a good ending to his career? Huh? That's shocker. But John Cena wanted this. Triple H, I'm pretty sure, wouldn't mind overriding John Cena. Sorry, John, we're going to do what I want, not what you want. And I want you to win and send the fans home happy. If that's what Triple H really wanted to do, I'm pretty confident Triple H would have done that. He wants to sit here and say, oh, that's just how the business is. No. You literally, the business, how about this, Triple H? You say this is how the business is? Was the business all about filming the creative writing room and planning the Royal Rumble for your TV show Unreal? Because how come, oh, well, the business has changed and the business is evolving when it's convenient and you need a TV show called Unreal that is literally about you being the Dana White of WWE. But when it comes to the dude who has delivered over 600 or 700 Make-A-Wishes, that's when we gotta do the time-honored tradition of crapping on him. If John Cena would have lost, that would have been fine. Honestly, it would have been. I would have been mad. Don't get me wrong. I would have been like, oh man, should have won. But did we have to have John tap out? Do we have to have John tap out? That's his thing. There are multiple stories of people, of kids with cancer saying, I won't give up because John Cena wouldn't. And now, all right, cancer kids, John Cena would give up. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh. Some things are bigger than wrestling, and John Cena actually was bigger than wrestling. He really, really was. There was no long-term booking on this. There was no storyline. There was no nothing. There was just a little itty-bitty. And we all know Gunther's going to be tapping out to Jey Uso in probably about 8 months to 1 year. Why not just have John Cena pass out? If he would have passed out, that would have still been a submission victory for Gunther. And then John Cena could literally say, I might die fighting, but I will not give up. That's it. There's not a time-honored tradition that the wrestler has to give up and go against his morals. Ric Flair didn't go against his morals when he was fighting Shawn Michaels. Neither did Shawn Michaels when he was fighting The Undertaker. It just didn't happen. But John Cena did. John Cena did. And I've seen people say, well, John Cena wasn't really tapping out. He was tapping out in that his body was done. He wasn't saying, I can't handle anymore. He's saying, my career is over. It's time to let go. And that's why he was smiling. That might be the actual person, John Cena, doing that. But it's like wrestling, if we, the fans, have to come up with that storyline and then go on to videos and comment to educate people, it's like then the story was not told properly. All right? This is not... wrestling is very simplistic if you allow it to be. Good guy versus bad guy. That's it. We don't need all this Shakespearean metaphors and stuff saying, oh no, John Cena was happy to tap out. He wasn't actually tapping out because he was in pain. He was tapping out because it was time to let go. And heroes don't die, they just fade away. No, I'm sorry, but that is not the case. That is not the case here. This was not cool on so many levels. The disrespect to John Cena is insane. Well, John Cena, I don't care. You ever been in a situation where you gotta protect somebody from themselves? John Cena is such a nice human being that maybe we gotta kind of protect him from himself a little bit. MVP has said multiple times, or he recently said, this is recent, I don't know if he said it multiple times, he recently said that he doesn't let Bobby Lashley take like a suplex or a power bomb. He's like, no, nobody's doing that to Bobby. He's like, Bobby's too nice. Bobby's too nice and would allow that to happen, but I'm not nice, and I'm going to protect Bobby Lashley and his reputation. He's like, would you do that to Brock Lesnar? If you want to do it to Brock Lesnar, you're not doing it to Bobby Lashley. And that is good. That is good that Bobby Lashley has a friend like MVP. He's not trying to say, no, I'm not going to work with you. We're not going to have a match. We're not going to sell for you, but you're not going to take liberties on Bobby's niceness. And John Cena, he's just too nice. I'm not going to let people take liberties on John Cena's niceness. And it's like, man, John, you just didn't need to tap out. Just didn't need to tap out. You could have lost. You could have even submitted by passing out. So many kids, so many people, so many adults who were kids We looked up to you, John. Even when I hated you, there was a part of me that begrudgingly still looked up to you. STR Game Takes. I know it's customary for a wrestler to do the favor on the way out, but I would have made an exception for Cena. Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Tony Khan, for making an exception for Sting. Program for damage. Unless they capitalize on Gunther's nuclear level heat, it will be all for naught. They will capitalize on it. You can't not capitalize on it. For the next month or two, I'm sure he'll get the boos. And people are going to be like, see? No. He's going to get those boos regardless. We need to see Gunther as a Brock Lesnar-esque character for 10 years. If Gunther is jobbing out to Jey Uso in 1 year, then it was all for naught. Yeah, no matter what, he's going to have a couple good weeks. And I'm not just saying Jey Uso. If Gunther is back in the mid-card or basically just losing every time he has to fight one of the bigger names, then no. I'm sorry. If Gunther is not now an end final boss, then it was all for naught. It was all for naught. And that's for a long time. It has to be 10 years final boss. Cena deserved better, says the Sheepy one. 100%. MIRA 2027 Z's. I'm done, bro. I can't handle Triple H, can't book. We keep letting him slide. We have to boycott. Doing Cena this way should be a fireable offense. I agree. I'm not gonna boycott. I'm gonna be very straightforward with you, but if you do, I don't blame you. At all. Please, I'll keep doing the reviews. I almost considered quitting reviews, but now I'm going to keep the reviews going just so people don't have to buy Netflix, spend money, feed the machine. You can just come here. I'll tell you what's good, what not. I'll tell you what to look for on YouTube. Cena tapped out from Roger Murray. Yes, he did. Undertaker should have lost the streak by kicking the ref in the balls. I don't know. Pyromaniac. Undertaker should have lost the streak. He just should have. How cool would it be if there was somebody that was 25-0 at WrestleMania? Smartest idiot. Here's something. The AJ Lee versus Bouncy Castle guys was my favorite match under 10 minutes ever. Holy crap. So much happened. So much intensity. And I couldn't look away for a second. Yeah, that was a really good match. So he's saying this was a really good 10-minute match. If you want another really good 10-minute match, go check out Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio Jr. at SummerSlam 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. Joel XC. Compared to Ric Flair, this was awful. Finally, people are starting to see Triple H effed this all up. Yeah, I see it. I walked into 2025 with so much hope. You can literally watch, you can literally watch this channel month by month from being a huge Triple H supporter to where I'm at now, which is literally, if Triple H were to get fired, I would probably celebrate it. Not probably, definitely. That's insane to me. That is insane to me. And it's all documented. You go back. I was like, Triple H, let Papa H cook. Little did I know! And yet, compared to Flair had a beautiful send-off. It's okay for them to lose, but there's a way to do it without killing their character, their legacy. The Comic Genius. No hot take. I'm done with this crap. I'm out with Cena. WWE won't see me either. Comic Genius. I hope to see you back one day. But I do understand. So feel free to keep watching the channel, or if even if you can't do that, I don't blame you, sir. Emperor of NC, Triple H needs to turn heel. Honestly, he does. This is a Bret Hart moment when the real Vince McMahon screwed over the real Bret Hart. If Vince would have just kept acting like nothing was wrong, then things would have just gone way downhill. Honest to God, as much as I hate Triple H right now, if he came out and was became a heel Mr. McMahon character, I would still hate him, but I know myself. I know I would eventually come around and actually start liking heel Triple H. But that's like, but he has to lean into it. This corporate Triple H that is acting like nothing's wrong or is just laughing in our face, like it wouldn't work, honestly. Like, I don't like this Triple H. But if he played into it, honestly, it would be good. If he did what Mr. McMahon did, then there'd be something. There'd be something. Make Gunther your corporate champion. The big young ultra, they didn't need to be out there. This was John's moment. Yeah, I get coming out to applaud him and stuff, but I would have rather John Cena had this moment alone with his with the crowd, and then had that moment backstage with the people. But Triple H needed to be seen. Triple H needed to be seen. I have a funny feeling that WWE is planning something long-term with this Triple H heat. Maybe a corporate establishment. I hope so. This is from Just Call Me. And then this makes Gunther a massive star. He did what he said he was going to do. This reminded me of Undertaker's streak ending the terms. Yeah, it does. But I still to this day say that that was the worst booking decision of all time. And now I say this is the second worst booking decision of all time. Undertaker's streak didn't need to be beat. Like, there's other ways to have elevated Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar didn't even need to really be elevated, honestly. Yes, he did suffer some damage back then because they were booking him kind of like stupidly. Surprise, surprise, Triple H was in a 3-match feud with him that was kind of really lending to the downfall of Brock's aura, and so they had to do something big, and that big thing was beat Undertaker. But no, I don't really think that was necessary. I really didn't think it was necessary back then. Just because it was a moment doesn't mean it was a good moment. But it does remind me of that. It definitely does remind me of that. FC Goat, why did every match feel so short? All of the matches could have been at least 5 minutes more. Honestly, I thought all the matches were pretty decent paced. Other than I hated the finish to Oba versus Cody. That was so stupid. And it was like such a blatant thing too. Drew just walked right in and started beating him up. Unless they had to do the finish early because of Cody's bloody ear. Otherwise, like, it was that was a bad match. They should have just restarted that match. Oba, but thank God Oba didn't lose. Carmichael, this was the perfect ending. Cena smile at the crowd and the dramatic slow tap was perfect, in my opinion. Carmichael, you're more than welcome to your opinion. If you liked this finish, that you're more than welcome to liking it. Not me. I did not like it at all. Then we got ESUG0297. John didn't seem sad about the match being over. He seemed like Cody giving up his spot to The Rock in 24 out of character and doesn't make any sense. I see what you're saying, but I think John Cena tapping was more or less when I think it was a weight off his shoulder. That's what it felt like to me. Because like when Roman lost to Cody, there was a smile on his face, and it was a weight off his shoulder. When Bianca, I think when Bianca beat Sasha Banks, Sasha had a smile on her face. It was passing for it. John Cena, like, for better or for worse, John Cena was passing something along, and he passed on a legacy to Gunther, and I'm sure he's happy about that. I'm sure John loves the sport of wrestling more than most, but there has to be a part of him that's like, all right, it's time to move on, and he was probably very happy about it. So I'm glad about that, but he could have been happy about it when he got choked out, not tapped out. Go Buggy. I thought it was really funny seeing Triple H get booed and not Vince McMahon by the paying fans. Yeah, Vince McMahon, actually. First time I think this is the second time. When Hogan passed away, they had Vince on the screen, but this was the first time we seen Vince talking. It was a video package, but talking nonetheless. ESUG, Gunther doesn't have the look of a top heel. This match does nothing for him. I do disagree. I think Gunther is an excellent top heel. I do enjoy him reveling in the booze, so like, he did what he was supposed to do. He definitely did what he was supposed to do. He understood the assignment. I just think this was a stupid assignment. JM 21-2. This was a betrayal of a generation of wrestling fans, the same old ones that used to cheer for Triple H. The product sucks now. Chop, it's over. Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree with you. This sucks. I think the crowd, this is Tracy Woods, I think the crowd was on point for all the Gunther versus Cena match to the end. My favorite part was when Triple H came out and they started chanting, "You effed up." Yeah. Unfortunately, Triple H is going to hear that and be like, haha, I got a reaction out of them. Heat. And Triple H is going to pat himself on the back when it's like, no, dude, no, wrong kind of heat. Like if the crowd would have cheered and then it was just the internet crowd saying you effed up, he'd be like, see, it's only the fans and it's the butts in the seats that matter. But when the butts in the seats actually chant against him too, then it's like, oh yes, look, I got a reaction. Yeah, they pick and choose. He's such a hypocrite. God, I hate hypocrites. Triple H is the mark of mediocrity, says Skywalker. Reign reps. The future of WWE is in good hands with the NXT talent. Bringing matches. That's true. They all showed up, showed out. Was very happy that the crowd, they knew Obafemi, they knew Sol Ruca. They were all about being bouncy. Leon Slater, they didn't really know who he was, but he's mainly in TNA. So he's got a bright future ahead of him. It's OTW. I think he should Ric Flair it. The match was great, and I feel like him tapping in a way made sense as a man who has just had nothing left in the ring, but no promo, no interview, just crazy. Oh, he should Ric Flair it? So you're saying that John Cena should go to AEW or something? Because Ric Flair, when he retired, he's still I think he wrestled 11 more times. It's just not going to happen. I truly believe John Cena is holding to his word on this one. Political Scientist says the right decision. Agree to disagree? The way John Cena was smiling while tapping broke my heart into pieces. Gunther did what he said he had to do. Big L for Triple H Creative and TKO. That's from IAMMEHEDI. Even to the end, Triple H had to make it about him. Instead of the roaring cheers that John Cena should have got in the end, the crowd, and rightfully so, were booing Triple H. This is from Kate Doster Videos. Because he always has to be the center. He always has to be the center of attention. Holy crap. I thought The Rock had a big ego, but no way. Wow. I think The Rock calls Triple H and is like, dude, how do I get my head even bigger? Because you are the king of kings when it comes to egos. Joe Litton, I'm not a Cena fan. I was a Brock Lesnar and Shield fan in 2012, but man, this ending was dramatic. I'll miss you, Cena. Even the haters love John Cena. And hey, you know what? I was a hater too. The ending proved they really did screw Gunther over when he retired. I think why TTJC, that's from TTJC. Why Gunther at least, Goldberg at least got try to get some mic time. Maybe because they brought everybody out. To be fair, John Cena's he is WWE. Jason Wilkinson, Cena should have won tonight, and thank you, Cena. Yep, fresh and fly. Fire Triple H. It's like he booked Cena to quit on purpose. Yeah, Triple H. What was the WrestleMania? WrestleMania 22. When WrestleMania 22, when H had to tap out to John Cena. Yeah, this is Triple H doesn't forget. He doesn't forget. Ryan P. booed. The crowd booed Triple H loud enough. What a story. A guy who never gave up. The silence was deafening from Greasy. We got Aquapool, absolute utter garbage. 2025 will go down as one of the worst years in professional wrestling, and it's all Triple H's fault. Yeah, Aquapool, yeah. Let's see, Tiz Mickey. Well, I guess Triple H is going to tell us the fans to F off again. Yes, he's going to tell us to F off. Tiz Mickey. Man. Triple H is just going to tell us to F off, and what do we do? Is the solution to walk away from something we love so much? Is that the solution? Or do we wait him out? I don't know. Whatever. Tell me to F off, Triple H. I'll say it back. F you, Triple H. F you. F me, F you. All right. I'm staying. I don't care. I'm not walking away. I might think about it, but I'm not gonna. Anyways, Sky, Wonder Wolf. Triple H effed over John Cena. He's supposed to never give up. And look what the bald fraud buried Cena. Yep. I hate this, says Charger. The future, oh, we already read that one. Let's see. No speech, 100% gold. Non-cyclist pro was a definitely a John Cena hater. I do appreciate you not gloating last night in the chat, non-cyclist pro. I'm happy for you as a person, but I'm not happy for the wrestling community as a whole. But okay, Raphael and Air. I knew Cody versus Cena will have shenanigans, but the DQ ruined what would have been a classic. I was hoping Drew would distract Cody so Oba would get the win. Me too. Drew McIntyre just coming in like that. He didn't even try to hide the fact that he was like, that was lazy. That was so lazy. At least pretend like you're trying to help Obafemi win a match. And then number 2, Cena should have tapped out at the end. I understand he wanted to get Gunther over, but Gunther, in my opinion, didn't need it. Didn't need that. Nope. Bailey Rhodes, super sad that Bailey lost. She's been on a losing streak, and I feel like they're burying her. The matches were all great quality, but I'm mad they had to let Cena go out that way. Never give up. Oh, yeah, I'm with you, Bailey. I'm with you. And they do treat Bailey like garbage, and it sucks because Bailey also loves this business so much. Bailey spent her own money to do a wrestling workshop for women, and she got a bunch of people to come, including John Cena. And I know Bailey's cool with letting putting over Sol Ruca, and Sol Ruca looked like $1 million, but why does it always got to be Bailey? Why is it always got to be Bailey? To be fair, Alexa Bliss did put over Lash Legend on SmackDown, but it just feels like Bailey's the one that's constantly disrespected. She misses SummerSlam. She misses WrestleMania. She has a character that has like voices in her head, and then suddenly that's no longer a thing. John Cena tapping out El Senor out to Gunther was worse than Brock burying Cena in 2014 and 25 combined. I honestly don't think the Suplex City squash match was a bad thing, but I do think that the 2025 Brock was a bad thing. WWE is screwing things up, says Alpi. Shazam Pazan, honestly, I think I might have preferred it if Oba's main roster debut was squashing jobbers rather than a non-committal trash. He shared the ring with the champion and got nothing out of it. I don't know. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, but he went to toe-to-toe. He didn't lose. That's all. As long as he didn't lose. That was my thing. Ducky and Doom. Cena tapping out was the right move. We don't need to protect someone that's retiring, and it's given Gunther loads of heat. I say it's the wrong move because it's like it just didn't need to happen. Like he doesn't care about protecting people anyways. Triple H doesn't care about protecting people. If he did, then Gunther went to tap out in 2 seconds at WrestleMania. This is about John Cena's legacy. It's about his legacy. It's not saying he couldn't lose. It's about protecting the legacy in which he built 20 years of never give up, and the kids and the adults even who have watched. I say the kids, but you know what? Me too. And all the other adults that are just like never give up because of John Cena. Like, that's the way of life. Zach says Pat McAfee didn't tap out to Gunther, but the greatest wrestler of all time did. That's how wrong this was. No debate. You know what? You're right. That is absolutely right. Zach, we're ending it there. Pat McAfee doesn't tap out, but John Cena does. I'll see you for Monday Night Raw review tomorrow. John Cena, much respect, much love. Triple H, F you.